What is going on, guys? This is EK1 Gaming here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at some simple things or some fixes that can be done to PvP to make it more enjoyable in Division 2. Now, if you find this video helpful or you like some of the ideas, be sure to hit that like button and make sure to hit the subscribe button and the little notification bell to show your support for the channel. If you would like to meet new players to play with on Destiny, Division, Watch Dogs and all different games, be sure to head over and check out our Discord community. We have around 3,500 active users. So let's get straight into today's video. So when we talk about PvP in Division 2, obviously it's a bit of a bad subject, it's not very good. So how do we change it to be more like this? You know, actual gunfight, actual people enjoying going rogue, rewards for going rogue, etc. And less of this. So this basically is going to be my video showing you what I think would be simple fixes to fix the PvP situation in Division 2. And it's just going to be 5 simple things. Now, first up, the thing that I think lacks in PvP is us having these 3 separate DZs. Now, this might be unpopular opinion, but I honestly don't feel the need for 3 separate PvP areas or DZ areas. Now, if you had one big DZ, just update the player count, so make sure we can have more players inside the DZ, just like Division 1 was. And you know how fun Division 1 was? If you was fighting in DZ 6, you could fast travel to DZ 1, etc. for a bit of a fight, find the rogues, all that good stuff. And it made you think more in terms of when you were running off manhunts and stuff like that, you had to avoid those checkpoints because people would fast travel to try and get to you. So in my opinion, I think having one big DZ, potentially in New York, because there is the space for it there, that would actually bring more players out, more players wanting to actually PvP against each other. Now, of course, I'm aware that the DZ is not just for PvP, but in this video, I am going to be covering kind of PvP aspects. I do think there's space for people to farm in the Dark Zone, and having a bigger Dark Zone, even that increases the chances of you being able to farm for the gear that you want. So going on to our second idea, or second thing I think would improve it, is some kind of instant heal / med kit. You know, bring back kind of the boxes similar to the Reclaimer set, where you could have like a box that prevents status effects and stuff like that you can put on the ground. Maybe have the same thing where you pop the box, it gives you some health back, whoever's in it. So people can actually have support roles and roles where they are healing their teammates. Now, I get there are some healer builds going around, but there's nothing like the old Division 1 where we used to be able to heal ourselves, where you could actually go and fight against multiple people, and if you timed your heals correct, you could actually come out on top. In the game right now, I find if you're trying to fight like 2 people at the same time, and they're both shooting you and they both kind of know what to do, you're going to die instantly because you don't have chance to pop a med kit. There's not hybrid builds out there where you can heal yourself up. So it's either one or the other. You either go full on like DPS or with a bit of armor like everyone does now with shields. But even then with a shield, you're still going to go up against 2 players and you're most likely going to die. Because you can't do what we used to do in Division 1, and that is instant heal. And you have no kind of protection unless you have a full hazard protection against these skills and statuses and stuff like that. I think it would bring in more of a team play if we were to just have a similar set to Reclaimer. Now, I don't want them to recycle Reclaimer. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I want them to think of something new, something fresh, where it works similar ways to Reclaimer. Of course, Reclaimer was great. You know, I love Reclaimer. However, we need something new. They can't just keep bringing stuff back. Striker failed when they brought that back because they messed around and screwed it up. However, Reclaimer, the guys should be working on something along those lines for support and for healing builds. So, number 3 on the list now is, well, Last Stand. Or not exactly Last Stand. Why don't they bring some kind of PvP only mode? You know, we do have skirmish and conflict and stuff like that. Why don't they bring a large player v player PvP arena? You know, like Last Stand. You know, that was a large group of players going against each other. Not just simple 4v4s where basically all you'll do is have 4 people in a clan, 4 random people against them that don't speak together and nobody works together. If they had the objective type of Last Stand PvP arena, I think a lot of players would go in there. I really do. Have those, again, like the cachets that used to come from Last Stand. Have exclusive rewards in there or whatever you want to do. A ranking system. And this, again, is replayability. Do you remember we always go on about replayability? What it is, it's not repetibility, it's replayability. Now, getting your rank up on Last Stand, for example, let's call it Last Stand. Obviously, it wouldn't be called Last Stand, but for example, getting from level 1 to 100 on there is replayable content. You want to keep replaying it. Let it switch through a few game modes, game maps, objectives, and just put the teams larger. Even if you put like 10v10, 6v6, 12v12, something like that, to really encourage players to go in there, even if they're solo, and be able to have a good time, enjoy it, but be rewarded at the same time, and also be doing it for a reason. So that reason would be to level up, to rank up, and all that good stuff. Now, number 4 on the list is, going on to it, DZ exclusive loot. I am a strong believer, and I'm sorry if this upsets people, I honestly do think they should have DZ exclusive loot. Now, the reason for this, right, let me just explain why I say this, because I know you PvP guys are going to be like, no, because we don't go in there, you know, etc. But hear me out. It's high risk, high reward. So if you're in the dark zone, you should be getting higher loot, right? You should be getting higher rolls, better loot, because you have the risk of somebody taking that away from you. Now, if you're in PvE, nobody can come along and take your loot from you. So why are you getting better rewards in PvE than you are when you're risking a lot to get that piece of gear in PvP? I don't understand the logic behind there being no risk and high reward when you're having a high risk and you're getting a low reward. It's really, like, you know, backwards in my opinion. So they should bring in DZ exclusive loot or higher risk, higher reward roles, you know, on the loot, and also have an incentive for people going rogue. There is no incentive to proc that rogue button or go to manhunt. Why? People are just literally go manhunt, and then we stand there until people kill us. Like, you just keep fighting until you die, because you know there is no reward at the end of that manhunt, so it's actually pointless. All you're doing is just passing some time. It's literally pointless, and there's nothing to do. And that leads me on to my last point, and it kind of links into the one before, and this is weapons and gear, in my opinion, should be separate PvE, PvP. What I mean by that is the stats should change for PvP and PvE. So if you've got a piece of gear, will have, you can press say R3 or something on it, and it will bring you up the PvP stats, or flip back to the PvE stats. So you can check whether it's good for PvE, PvP, or both. And that way, you can kind of filter some of the stuff that's OP in the DZ, technically should still be in PvE, because the NPCs in PvE, you know, they're still hitting hard. So the way they do it now is they nerf the gear, and then it affects PvE players as well, because they've nerfed it for PvP. Now, they have started doing it slightly, changing things for PvP and PvE. You know, like we're seeing the new shotgun and stuff like that. But I think it should just be across the board. All the gear should have separate stats, PvE, PvP. And again, with the DZ exclusive loot, why in the DZ can you not drop higher rolled PvP loot, for example? So that would link in with exactly what we've spoke about, and it all kind of merges in together, giving you replayability, giving you the option to go in and have a large scale fight in Last Stand, or, you know, be able to go against multiple players if you're solo, because not everyone goes in the DZ as a team. Now, guys, that's my ideas so far. I'm probably going to do a part 2 of this because I have so many different ideas. I really hope that the devs do watch this video. I know they do watch the video, so if you're watching and you're a dev, reach out to me. I have a lot of ideas. I can literally reel them off for you and even help you implement some of the ideas. Now, guys, thank you for watching the video. Don't forget, hit the like button, hit the little subscribe button, little notification bell, and I'll see you all in the next video. Let's go!